Tasmania isn't growing much. The population is fairly stable, with only a few thousand people moving in every year. This growth is almost entirely directed at one place, Legana. Legana is the perfect example of urban sprawl. Urban sprawl is where a town or city develops areas away from its centre with little to no facilities, often with limited ways to said facilities. This is the story of Legana, the terrible planning, and how it could be fixed. Hi, I'm Tasmanian, and this is The Problem with Tasmania's Fastest Growing Town. Quickly, thank you to Build and Beautifully for the inspiration. Go check out his video on the topic in Sydney after the video. Legana was settled early into the age of colonisation, with houses along the banks of Kanamaluka-Tamar River by the 1850s. Development never really sped up, with it being a small rural settlement for a long time. The area of Legana near the West Tamar Road was originally known as Legana Estate. Legana means fresh water in the Palawa tongue of the region. Legana was gazetted as a locality in 1963, 5 years after Launceston's development started creeping up the West Tamar into Riverside. Several sub-localities are located within Legana, those being Danbury, Freshwater Point, and Loch Lee. In the centre of Legana is at the Legana Plaza at West Tamar Highway and Freshwater Point Road. It contains shops, bakeries, small businesses, and a KFC food outlet. The West Tamar Highway cuts through Legana on the western edge, and Freshwater Point Road is the main arterial road through the suburb. Transport is the truly pathetic part of Legana. There's only one route to Launceston, the West Tamar Highway, which gets heavily congested, at some points with congestion reaching 5 kilometres or more up the highway. The West Tamar Highway is the main road from Legana and Launceston up to Beauty Point, and is designated the A8 route. Public transport is even worse. The main bus stop in Legana is at Legana Grove, behind the shopping centre. It is a simple shelter, and that's about it. 2 bus routes run through Legana, the 780 and 782 services. The 780 runs from Launceston Interchange to a loop around Legana, also serving as a suburban service to the Launceston suburb of Riverside. The 782 does the same, with a deviation to Nabelius Drive. Both are run by Mannion's Coaches, whose depot is in Legana. The 784 service also makes a stop in Outer Legana at Muddy Creek Road, but does not stop at Legana Grove. Most regional services from Exeter, Beaconsfield, and Beauty Point bypass Legana on the West Tamar Highway. School buses from Legana mostly run from regions of Legana and surrounds through to Riverside schools. Now, explaining the current planning of Legana. Most development in recent years has come around the West Tamar Highway or Freshwater Point Road, with some more branching off recently. The West Tamar Highway, shown here, runs through the suburb and beyond. There are other smaller arterial and main roads supporting the suburb, all feeding into the West Tamar Highway. There are a few small areas of commercial development around Legana, all on the highway. There is a massive area of vineyards in the middle of Legana, which is a big problem for urban development. And there is a lot of forest around Legana, and even more lakes and fields. There is a lot of ultra-low density development, mainly rural-style housing, with some massive gardens and land. There is a small amount of industrial area in the south, Legana Park, some small amounts of family-owned businesses, and some low-density housing. Low-density housing is the densest that Legana gets. Here is the complete map of land use around Legana. After reading through over 200 pages of plans by the West Tamar Council in 2014, I can safely conclude that basically all that is going to happen is urban sprawl. By the end of their proposals, there is meant to be around 5,000 new homes in Legana. Currently, according to their timeline, these developments are supposed to be being built right now, but yeah, there's nothing there. Also, what sort of crazy person designed this? Half the southern development is at risk of flooding. There is a children's park built in a marsh. And apparently they want to relocate the Legana primary school, which has been delayed multiple times and went over budget, and meant to open at the start of next year, onto a floodplain. Brilliant, West Timor Council. I should never have doubted you. At least you had the sense to build around 4 medium density houses in your plans. I doubt they're actually going to be anywhere. Great job. You did it. Well, now we can see how terrible development has been going. How could it be fixed? I'll firstly get up my previous map and make some adjustments to help fix the urban sprawl and develop it better. Firstly, building some medium density housing around the Legana shopping centre, as well as a new bus interchange, can help with densifying the region. Building new shopping precincts at Nobelius Drive and Acropolis Drive can help with decentralised Legana, which is necessary to avoid congestion. Densifying the existing ultra-low density housing areas, as well as the vineyards, can be helpful in increasing the population without developing too much more land. Finally, I think building a small recreational area beside Beach Road would be nice, allowing a safe location for local residents to relax and enjoy the outdoors, especially in summer. This has been very different from my usual content, and although a shorter video than usual, I will have more content coming soon. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time on Tasmanian.